will discuss some important parts of the research community. So let's start with one of the most fundamental principles of research, which is freedom, independence, and safety. In economics, researchers must have the intellectual freedom to explore new ideas and even challenge established theories. For example, if a researcher finds evidence that goes against a government policy, they should still be able to publish it without any fear. This is where independence comes in. Research should not be influenced by political pressure, funding sources, or institutional bias. If research is influenced, it loses credibility and people stop trusting it. At the same time, safety is equally important. Institutions must ensure that researchers are working in an environment where they feel secure, both physically and mentally. This is especially important when working on controversial or sensitive topics. Now let's go deeper. Some research topics like corruption, illegal financial activities, or poverty can be risky. Participants might feel unsafe sharing information, or researchers themselves might face threats. That's why risk assessment is necessary before starting any research. When it comes to data handling, ethics is critical. Researchers must take informed consent, meaning participants clearly understand what they are agreeing to. Confidentiality must be maintained so personal information is not exposed. Data should be stored securely to prevent misuse. Another important method is anonymization, where names and identities are removed. Also, when publishing findings on sensitive issues like inequality or policy failure, researchers must communicate carefully to avoid any misinterpretation or harm. Now let's talk about responsibilities in academic environments. Supervisors and project leaders play a key role. They are not just guiding research. They are responsible for ensuring ethical standards are followed. For example, a supervisor should teach students how to collect data ethically, how to cite properly, and how to avoid misconduct. Institutions also have responsibilities. They must provide clear ethical guidelines, training programs, defined rules for everyone involved. And importantly, academic assessments like grading a thesis or evaluating a research proposal must always be fair, transparent, and unbiased. Now let's continue with co-authorship and evaluation. In research, different people contribute in different ways. Ethical evaluation means respecting different methodologies, even if they are different from your own approach. Researchers must also be honest about their limitations and disclose any conflicts of interest. Now, co-authorship is a very sensitive issue. Only those who have made a significant intellectual contribution should be listed as authors. Unethical practices include adding someone as an author just for their reputation. This is called guest authorship. Taking credit for someone else's work. Also, junior researchers and students must be given proper credit. Ignoring their contribution is both unfair and unethical. Now let's move on to publication ethics. The purpose of publishing research is to share knowledge with others, academics, policymakers, and society. That's why honesty and transparency are essential. You must present your findings exactly as they are without hiding or manipulating anything. Peer review is an important process where experts evaluate your work before publication. This ensures quality and fairness. However, there are some unethical practices to avoid, which is duplicate publication, that means publishing the same work multiple times, salami slicing, which is breaking one study into many small parts just to increase publications, predatory journals, which is low quality journals that publish without proper review, and finally, proper citation is crucial. It gives credit to original authors and helps others trace the source of ideas. Now we come to one of the most serious ethical violations, which is plagiarism. Plagiarism means using someone else's work without giving proper credit. There are different types of plagiarism. Uh, First one is direct plagiarism, which is copying text word for word. Then comes mosaic plagiarism, which is mixing others' ideas into your writing without proper acknowledgement. And then self plagiarism, which is reusing your own previous work without any citation. Even if it's your own work, you still need to cite it properly. Plagiarism damages your reputation and can even lead to academic penalties or rejection for your work. Now let's discuss other serious forms of misconduct, which is fabrication and falsification. Fabrication means making up data that never existed, and falsification means changing and manipulating the real data. Both are extremely unethical because they produce false conclusions. Another issue is distortion and concealment. For example, hiding negative results because they don't support your hypothesis or only showing data that supports your theory. This creates a biased and misleading picture of reality. Research should always present the full truth, even if the results are unexpected or unpopular. Now, finally, let's talk about collaboration. Good research is often the result of teamwork. Researchers should promote openness, respect, and cooperation. Constructive criticism is important. It helps improve the quality of research. Supervisors should create a supportive environment where junior researchers feel encouraged to learn and to contribute. In international collaborations, ethics become even more important, uh, like respect cultural differences, ensure fair participation, avoid exploiting researchers from less developed regions. Ethical collaboration leads to stronger, more reliable, and globally accepted research outcomes. So, in summary, research ethics is not just about rules, it's about honesty, responsibility, and respect. If you want to be a good researcher, always focus on integrity over shortcuts. Thanks for watching. If this helped you, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more videos like this.